Hello. Well, this is hopefully not going to be uneven. I had a mess with the OBS and trying to fix all of the absolute mess that was the recording. Um, it was sort of out of time. Just messing with the settings here. It wouldn't let me record a full screen application, and it wouldn't let me record the actual window, so I had to record my screen and adjust the size so it may be uneven on the right. I tried making it as even as possible. I don't know if it cuts off some of this or if it's just straight up uneven. That'd be unfortunate. But anyways, hello and welcome to Doki Doki Within. Now, this is weird. I didn't think I'd come back to DDLC, but I realized how much I kind of just missed recording it. It was something I enjoyed recording a lot. And I'm kind of in a lackluster place in my channel. I may as well go back to this. I have a road I want to take with this channel, and it's definitely more commentary based videos, but do stuff like that, we gotta start small. And this is that small I want to start it, so love to start a series. Okay, we got a new game button. Something. Oh, it's a regular Tuesday morning. Just like any other. Nothing too exciting, but not entirely boring either. Just the basic run-of-the-mill school run. As usual, I'm waiting for Sayori, my neighbor and childhood best friend. So I believe this is, I think I already said this, but a Monica mod. I know pretty much nothing about it, but there's a funny scene? Can't click settings. Okay, it's not like Blue Skies. Alright, cool. We'll see about that. I saw it in a Cane Monger thumbnail. I hope it's cut off for me. Soulless. He's the kind of person who can imagine making friends with day one. Oh, sorry. I'm already yawning. This is a trend with my last series. But I guess it just works since we've known each other basically all our lives. In a way, just like a little sister I never had, despite her being a whole 2 months older than me. I look at the clock on my phone. Come on, Sayori, we'll be late at this rate. It read my name from my last DDLC file. I mean, okay, I'm not judging, but I don't really call my characters Tane anymore. It's fine, it's fine. It's half the fun, right? I grumble to myself. Eventually, the door of her house opens and out emerges Sayori. She's just getting her bag on, all while keeping a half-eaten slice of toast firmly locked in her jaw. Oh no, it's a generic intro. Sorry, I overslept again. Voice is partially muffled by the toast. I just roll my eyes and give her a smirk. I figured. Hey. So finally takes the toast out of her mouth and speaks. Voice is still slightly muffled due to her chewing. What do you mean, Tane? Huh. I'm kidding. I chuckle. Since we're young, it's always been easy to tease Sayori from time to time. She knows I'm jokey, but her reactions are way too fun to pass up. Anyways, you coming? Well, yeah. Oh my god. It's only like 9:30 as far as my recording goes. It's pretty early. We soon start the walk up to school. Every passing minute, the street starts getting flooded with students, ranging from groups of friends, those on their own. Oh god. With Sarah and I making small talk on the way up, she then brings up something that's clearly been on her mind a bit. Say, you've not joined a club yet, had you? You've not joined a club yet. Oh god. It's the way I talk over text. I never do that in person, but not yet, no. Scratch the back of my neck as my voice trails off. Admittedly, I'd not been looking forward to any clubs. I was. Oh. The little ones I'd seen so far piqued my interest. And the one club I'd been remotely interested in, the music club, had been closed but the previous school year due to the lack of funding. That's real. Is music ever correctly funded? My band class, we have so many fundraisers. They should have done that. They should have done Tag Day. I then look over at Sayori, who seems to be remembering something. Well, maybe you could check out my club. That reminds me, Sayori had recently told me that she was the vice president of the school's recently established literature club. Oh my. Whilst literature had never really taken my fancy, I do remember my English grades being decent at best. Oh, that's relatable. That, and as a budding musician, it helps to break down song lyrics. Oh my god. MC has a usefulness in life. Oh, great heavens. That, as a budding musician, it helps to break down song lyrics. I'm gonna stop yawning. Find the menus on your track. Maybe the more I yawn in the video, the more I make you yawn. It kind of counts as poetry, right? A sigh. Don't really have much else to do. I guess I can stop by. Yay! Oh, yay! Sorry, let's have a cheery yawn. Still half asleep, I guess. She then grumbles in a way that's still quite audible. Good job. Good job, I asked Natsuki to bake all those cupcakes last night. I just tried to play dumb even though I clearly heard her. What was that? Nothing. She chuckles as we now stand outside the school gates. Anyways, see you later. Sorry, wait! Orc finishes. Already become one with the bustling masses. We are one, we are all. I don't even know where the club is now. Long story, she realized that, let me know later though, so I can't complain too much. Check my timetable to run me on my first period. Period 1. History. Mr. I. Serizawa. Is he? Oh, Mr. Sakurai. Okay, that guy was W. History. One of the few subjects I'm genuinely any good at. Alright, no more playing this mod. MC is no longer relatable. A shame. I thought he had good taste in classes. Time to get this day over with. School day was about as ordinary as ever, and as soon as... I'm in such a weird position in my chair, but I like it. Ordinary as ever, it's over as soon as it began. As I start packing my things, it hits me that I've not seen Sayori since this morning. Uh-oh. She's gone to the club without me, hasn't she? Time we get to the door, a familiar flash of peach-colored hair and a red bow catch my eye. Sayori runs up and then holds her hands against the wall. Give me a second. She speaks between exaggerated breaths. You didn't need to run here, you know. I chuckle with a smirk. But I forgot to tell you where the club is. Or earlier, guess was right, I suppose. Fair enough. I step into the corridor. Anyway, oh my god, I forgot about untextured wall. Anyway, we going? Yep. Sir B seeming to fully recover with her breathlessness as we start to walk out. I'm looking at the wall and say, is I missing? Sir Beams seeming to fully recover from her breathlessness as we start to walk out. Okay. This is like the sound of my rustling mic. I apologize to that. I really don't know a way to fix it. I've just had it like rest on my left leg, but I want to do sit in other positions. To clarify that. Sir Beams seem to fully recover from her breathlessness as we start to walk out. This is Act 1. I'm pretty sure that was shown in the video. I don't know if that was me putting up the mod though. We soon find our way to a section of the school that I rarely visit, besides for music class. W. He's a musician. Does he play the clarinet? Probably not, but I'll take it. Soon enough, though, we find our way to the club room. I have a peep through the window and can spot a purple-haired girl with a gentle yet intense expression that's focused on the book at her desk. I can also hear some partially muffled voices, hinting at more members inside. Oh man, I've had a cold all day. I apologize if I'm stuffy. Sori swings the door open and bolts into the room. Guys, the new member's here. I haven't figured out if I like the club yet. Oh well. I timidly enter the room and wave as the club's other members look in my direction. The girl with the purple hair closes her book before getting up and walking towards me. I've seen her before in my science class. Could be wrong though. I don't know, it's easier to recommend these people when they have vibrant purple hair. I'm not known for my attention span in science after all. Oh, that's real. She speaks in a soft voice that matches her gentle expression. So you're the teen Sayori was talking about. She always says nice things about you. Much shorter girl with pink hair that's decorated with assorted red clips and ribbons comes up. Much like the other girl, I'm certain I've seen her in one of my classes. I just can't remember her name. Sure, I'm not that bad with names, am I? Seriously, Sayori? You brought a boy? Way to kill the mood. Taller girl sighs. Natsuki. The other girl, apparently named Natsuki, relents and averts her gaze away from me. Also certain that this is the same Natsuki that Sayori said made some cupcakes. Her smaller stature makes me think she may be a first-year student. Oh my god, I'm telling you. Sayori then gets closer to me and whispers, "Just ignore her when she gets moody." She then bounces back as she steps towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. This is Yuri, the smartest in the club. His face goes a bit red. Don't just say things like that. This is the generic DDLC thing. Beginning of the mod is the exact same as normal DDLC. I can imagine someone like her is a bit of a struggle keeping with people like Sarah and Natsuki. I'm probably going to commentate more on my personal stuff over this because of just It's DDLC again. And of course, there's Tane. My son calls up from behind me because I mean to turn around and meet a face I've not seen much since my second year of high school. Genuine conversation. Monica! My face adopts a small again. Doesn't look like she's changed too much, but then again, I have seen her around the school every so often, but we'd not have a class together since last school year. Back then, she was the most popular girl in the year, and I'm more than certain she still is. She's smart, beautiful, athletic. She's also someone way, way out of the league of a guy like me. Well, that's ironic. So much for that. To be honest, I did develop a sort of schoolboy crush on her during the time we shared an English class, but never worked up the courage to ask her out. We did work on group projects a fair bit. Now, I go up. I haven't seen you in ages. How have you been? She smiles sweetly at me, still infectious as always. I've been good, just busy as usual. That reminds me, Monica without a doubt is the hardest working person I know. Her grades are always either at the top or fully on the top of the class exams. How about you, Tay? Scratch the back of my neck nervously. You know me, same old, same old. I chuckle just as nervously. Anyways, why don't you come sit down? She gestures over to an amalgamation of desks in the center of the room, which to create a makeshift table. I also noticed that Natsuki and Yuri have gone to the back of the clubroom, presumably to get some other things. With a nod to Monica, I make my way to sit next to Sayori, still feeling kinda shy. Monica eventually joins us. Whilst having the occasional chat with Sayori, I do catch her making the occasional glance over at me. And she starts talking to me once again. So, what made you consider the club? Can't just lie to her. Well, Sayori mentioned it on the walk to school this morning, and I told her I'd check it out. My face reddened a little. No need to get embarrassed. Monica eases my nerves as I admittedly may have had. I promise we'll make you feel right at home, okay? Again, I find myself smiling at her. We then hear Natsuki's footsteps approaching. I turn and notice her holding a small plastic container. Must be the fabled cupcakes Sarah was out about earlier. Oh my god. So tired. I'm to stay up till 1 a.m., alright? She then places the container on the table and rests her hand on the small lip at the edge of the lid. Okay, y'all ready? Her voice is lined with anticipation. After a collective nod, Natsuki practically rips the lid off, revealing a batch of white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like cats. Ta-da! Natsuki says that with a big, toothy grin, clearly proud of her work. Three of our eyes lighten up. They look amazing. I feel kind of bad about eating them. A curse of good-looking food. So cute! His excitement overshadows everything else. We each take a cupcake and start to eat. You know, Monica really reminds me of a girl from my actual school. I know her kind of well, but not really. It's the exact situation with Monica. This way it'll join a literature club and get to know her. Hopefully not like this one. I maybe like this one? I don't know, actually. I don't know how well written this one is. We'll have to see. Honestly, it tastes as great as they look. The soft texture of the white cream perfectly accompanies the taste of the small bits of chocolate. Enter Natsuki, swallowing before opening my mouth. You made these? She raises an eyebrow. Yeah. These taste great. Thanks for bringing them. Give her an earnest smile, as I'm going to fold her arms and blush a little. Well, it's not like I made them for you or anything. I never said you did. I like this MC. I decided to give up on Natsuki's bizarre logic and turn my attention to Yuri, who's coming over with a tray holding a collection of teacups and a teapot. The faint steam hitting on a freshly made tea, always a pleasant smell. You keep a whole tea set here? Yuri smiles as gently as ever. Don't worry, the teachers give us permission. I smile back. Well, not complaining. Besides, it wouldn't turn down tea. I'm glad. Oh my god, apologize for the cold. It makes reading this a lot harder. Yuri's cheeks redden as she sets the tray down and starts pouring a drink for each of us. She then takes a seat after handing us to our respective cups. So, Tane, what kind of things do you like to read? I was kind of afraid of this question. Like, yeah, I've read a fair bit in the past, but nowhere near as much as anybody else in this club has, let alone Yuri. Of course, still gotta be honest. Well, most time it ends up being like Monica, song lyrics, and some other books. The voice trails off a bit. No worries. Maybe you'll pick up something to read during your time here? Maybe I will. Smile at Yuri again. I also noticed that Natsuki's head seemed to perk up a bit when I mentioned me reading manga. Maybe I'll be able to get recommendations from them both one day. Who knows? As the conversations carry on between each of us, I learn a bit more about the girls' literary interests. Honestly, it's amazing that they all seem quite close despite their varied tastes. As it soon gets suggested that Natsu's been writing poems recently, seemingly on the cute side. I'm kinda curious to learn more about that. I turn to her. You write your own poems, Natsuki? I guess. Why do you care? Why'd you care? Oh, okay. Oh, we're gonna actually, explode from tiredness. Man. Not that this mod is boring, just that I'm tired and yawning and barely got any sleep. I find that impressive. Do you mind sharing them at some point? No. She retreats into her chair a bit. You wouldn't like them. On a confident writer, I presume? Stating the obvious as usual. I feel the same as Natsuki. He suddenly pipes up, still as gentle as ever. Sharing that level of writing requires more than just confidence. It's willing to show your readers your vulnerable side, and show them the deepest reaches of your heart. It's quite poetic if I do say so myself. Monica joins the conversation again. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe Natsuki would feel comfortable if you shared some of your work. He goes to say something, but falls silently. Oh my god. But falls silent shortly after a bit of stammering. I empathize with her in a way. I'm not usually the best at sharing my more emotional side so freely, especially with people I've really just met. I glance back at Monica. I guess it's the same for Yuri too. Aww. Sue seems slightly downcast. I wanted to read everyone's poems. There's a moment of silence. Seemingly out of nowhere, Monica's vibrant green eyes sparkle with optimism. Okay, everyone, I've got an idea. Our collective gaze fixes onto Monica. We all go home and write a poem of our own and then share them aloud. That way we'll all be even. No hesitation from Natsuki and Yuri. Kind of expected that to be the case, so I go to speak. I'd definitely be, yeah, let's do it! Suddenly cut off by Suru's burst of energy. How the hell do I keep up with her? Does seem to put a smile on Monica's face, though. She turns to me. Since we've got a new member now, it helps strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Tay? Well, I hadn't been actively considering joining any clubs full-time, but I can't deny that this club's in quite a relaxed atmosphere. Be it because of the girls themselves, or simply because it's a smaller club, I haven't quite worked that one out yet. Besides, if writing poems is what it takes to reconnect with Monica, then I'd say it's worth it. Collect my thoughts. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Wait, you're joining? Response seems to take Sarah by surprise. I nudge her. Come on, you think I wouldn't join? Besides, it's kind of cozy. Feeling of happiness about my decision seems to be mutual throughout the group. Hell, even Natsuki seems glad. If it came for the cupcakes, I'd be super pissed. That's something I just could see myself saying. You know, I'm noticing that the skip button is active, and while I don't want to skip, it just kind of reminds me that I'm pretty sure I have played this mod before. I played the demo of it, although I think that was more music-based, so maybe I haven't. I didn't play much of it. Enough where I don't remember any of this. I remember a smart MC, though. That makes it official. Whilst Monica's voice is addressing the four of us, her eyes remain focused on me. Welcome to the Literature Club. After that, the meeting slowly comes to its conclusion. It's a lot less nerve-wracking than I thought it would be. Everyone seems really nice too, which makes the atmosphere that much better. Pull out my phone and make a note for tonight's assignment. Write a poem for tonight. Story then skips to me as I slide my phone back into my pocket. Ready to go? Yeah, hang on. I slide my bag over my shoulder. Before we leave, I wave and say goodbye to the rest of the club. Natsuki and Yuri shyly wave back at me. Monica waves back in a way that's all like she's saying goodbye to an old friend. See you tomorrow. Me and Suri then begin our journey home. Thumbs up, I guess. During the walk home, my mind is already racing about what I could write tonight. There was only one thing. One person, in fact, that my mind keeps going back to. That being Monica. Just Monica. Hey, you can't pull that. None of those cards on me. I haven't, hi, I'm still here. I'm not just absent-mindedly reading out loud. I couldn't put a finger on it as to why she was floating around in my brain. Maybe it's because of my still-present crush on her. I can't say for sure. I get the feeling. All I do know is that she leaves me with this rather pleasant feeling in my chest, almost reminding me of when I first laid eyes on her. I stop momentarily and place my hand on my chest. My heart won't stop pounding. Earth to Tane? So is break. Yeah, that's another reason I think I may have already played this mod. My name is already chosen. Suru's voice breaks my thoughts. Yeah? I turn to face her, my face feeling slightly red. You okay? My hand's still on my chest, I feel my heartbeat starting to steady. It's nothing, Suri. Tell her why I'm feeling this way. At least why I think I do, anyways. Just how would she even react? Just got stuff on my mind is all. Look Sarah gives me is one that says I can see right through you, but she doesn't say anything to confirm my suspicion. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Bitter goodbyes, we do our separate ways. As usual, I try the door to see if Mom's back from work. British! It was written by a British guy! Yeah! We know it's written by a British guy because it said Mum. Or the writer's just weird. That could be the case too. I get my key out of my pocket and let myself in. I know Mom has been working 2 jobs since my dad died, but it honestly gets lonely being here on my own. I fetch a small bag of crisps. Oh, I remember this! I swear I remember this. And then it said crisps, and I, lost it. I don't think I ever recorded it, but it was funny. I fetch a small bag of crisps from the cupboard to try and keep my stomach satisfied till dinner. Making my way upstairs, I take a quick detour into my bedroom, which I could describe as a nerd's paradise, to drop my bag and get out of my uniform. Can't really focus at home like that now, can I? After that, more snacking, I make my way in what used to be the guest room. Kind of bland, but it works. Don't really have long-term guests anymore, so Mom decided to give me the room to myself to have somewhere to focus on my music. Still gotta tidy up this room at some point. Sit in the nearby office chair, internally debating with myself whether— oh my god, my bad. Debating with myself whether to work on music or the poem. Thinking about it, it would probably be best to sort out the poem. Got to make at least a decent first impression with my writing. I get up and return to my room. After sitting at my desk, I grab a pen and a single piece of paper and start jotting down what's on my mind. I remember that being a technique taught to us during the first year of English classes. Back then, I didn't expect to be using it outside of class. After about 5 minutes, I'm finished. Amidst the standard emotional stuff, there's remnants of what I may have gone too far into my heart. Must have written down and scribbled out Monica's name at least 4 or 6 times. Now the thought of her makes my heart race. That schoolboy crush of mine never died. Clearly. Grabbing a second sheet of paper, I feel a new sense of determination as I start letting my heart glide through the movements of my pen. That in itself is oddly poetic of me. Is that a good sign? Is there only one way to find out? I remember this! Yes! I do remember the disco room. Yeah! I've played this mod before. Kind of. Sort of. Okay, I do want to open this up. It's not like 22 minutes. Huh. I'll go for an extra long first episode. I will be right back though. I just need to blow my nose real fast. Don't mind me. I've returned. Okay. With the ring of the bell, another day of classes comes to an end. Since my last class was music, I quickly make my way to the clubroom. To my surprise, I'm the first one in. At least I thought that Monica would have been here first, given her being club president and all. Seeing the brief time alone I now have, I take a seat in the near adjacent desk and take my laptop out of my bag to make some little tweaks to my latest class project. Project itself is nothing too out there. It's a simple piece driven mostly by a steady bass line, a piano, and a kick drum. Okay, it is still basic. It's akin to some of my early hyperactive projections, but definitely more simplistic when it comes to sound. I hear hyperactive and I think of Camellia. You're not torturing me with ghosts this time. I listened to it. I listened again. Maybe I should scrap this. This time my head darts back as the door opens. It's Monica with a goofy ass pose. I focus back on my laptop, praying she didn't notice me at my dilemma. It's like dust on my screen. Beck softly hit the door in a long, exhausted sigh. Runs back at her and eyes me eye. Hey, Tane. Hey, Monica. Glad she's more honest. In other months, it's always like, oh my gosh, hi, Tane. Human expression. I like it a lot, actually. I give her a gentle smile. You good? She smiles back. Kinda. She sighs again. Just science class stressing me out. I could sympathize with her. It's only 2 science teachers for a year. This is, oh my god. Oh. Miss Nakama and Mr. Kurosawa. Whereas Nakama is more youthful, and her lessons tend to be a bit more down to earth from what Sarah has told me, Kurosawa has a bit more of a rep for being a hard ass. Let me guess, Kurosawa giving you a hard time? She nods. Pull out a chair for her. I don't have to say anything, she starts to come over to join me. Her eyes then focus on the screen of my laptop. What are you up to? She seems curious. My eyes dart to the screen, then back to her. My cheeks redden a bit. It's nothing. Just a class project. Kind of thinking of starting over. Focus a little more on the screen before her eyes flicker back to meet mine. A smile forms across her face. Mind if I have a listen? Sure. Smile back, so then I hit spacebar to start the track. Man's got the soundtrack active. Again, part of me wants to restart it, but I can't help but notice that Monica seems to kind of enjoy it. Their head bobbing to the beat. I mean, watch. I kind of just came to the realization that a basic drum beat, a kick drum, and a piano is this song. See? Piano. I'd find it funny if she's listening to this. That'd be really, really funny. Since it began, the track comes to an end. As if on cue, the door opens, the rest of the club make their way into the room. Monica quickly turns to me, seemingly taken aback by the sudden entry of the rest of the club. Tell you what I thought in a bit. She smiles sweetly. Oh my god. She smiles sweetly. Jesus. And I smile back. A damn irresistible smile of hers. She then gets up, starts to greet the rest of the club. Quickly close my laptop and slide it back into my bag. And feel the air quickly leave my lungs as a pair of arms suddenly clamp around me. Hey, Tane. Sori's voice rings into my ear. Hey, Sori. Sure to get the words out as I work on my way to freedom. Riri then approaches me, warm yet timid smile on her face. Glad to see you run away on us, Tane. I chuckle, returning the smile. You don't have to worry about me doing that. Besides, how could I run from a place as comfy as this? Natsu soon interjects with a mix of a regular sass and a grin. Don't get too comfy, though. You won't hear the end of it. I know. Honestly, it's kind of amusing when Natsu tries to be assertive. I have the feeling that if I said that, my nose would probably be the first to know it. So let's have a giggle before speaking again. Don't worry. Oh my god. This is like... I need to wipe my computer screen. It's got a bunch of gunk on it. I haven't cleaned it in a couple months. It's like when you see sunlight against it, it's obviously not that bright out, but when you see sunlight against it, you can just like see it, and it's hard to see darker stuff, so I'm gonna need to fix that. Don't worry, Tane always gives it his best when he's having fun. Even helps me with busy work without me asking. So it audibly counts everything I've helped her with. Cooking, cleaning my room. She eventually loses her train of thought. How dependable. She smiles gently at the pair of us. I might be a little jealous, if I'm honest. Chuckle, feeling my cheeks redden. To be fair, it's the first time someone might have gotten the wrong impression about Sarah and I's friendship. No, Yuri, it's not like that at all. Smile back at her. It gets a bit distracting when it's messy. Then turn to Sarah. Launch a little incident with the bacon last week. Sarah glares jokingly and pouts. Can we not bring that up? And then whisper to Yuri. Yeah, she almost set her kitchen on fire. Yuri giggles gently. Oh my god. That's gonna be a trend. After that, everyone departs into what I assume are their usual activities. Natsu's rummaging around in this closet, Sori's having a cheery conversation with Monica in the corner, and Yuri's face is buried within quite a sizable novel. Her intense expression hints that she's been longing for this moment. These novels, I should probably pick up a book to read. After all, I did join a literature club. It's really the least I can do. I went to the back of the room and start scanning the books located there. My eyes scan each title on the various spines, while I myself keeping my voice as quiet as possible as to not distract the girls. Huh? Exit Music? I've heard bad things, and very good things. Alright. Exit Music, does it have a remake book called Redux? Fallen Angel? Definitely. No. I scan until I reach a particular book. I go to pull the book off the shelf to check out the book more thoroughly. It is until I feel a hand tap my shoulder and I spin around, quite honestly taken aback. It's just Sayori. Keep my voice low. Jesus, Sayori, you startled me. So just giggles proudly before speaking. Monica wants to ask you something. She then practically drags me by my arm to the front of the class where, as suggested, Monica is waiting for me. Any harder and she might have yanked my arm clean off. Monica closes her notebook and looks up at me, smiling once more. Hey, Tane. Hey, Monica. Found myself blushing. She decides to give me a sly glance and suddenly says I knew it, but Monica doesn't seem to notice. Sora says you wanted me for something? Yeah, I do actually. Monica steps up from the desk and gets near me and Sora. I was gonna get some supplies to the art department. I was wondering if you'd maybe want to tag along? The way she says that sends butterflies down my stomach. But at the same time, I can't help to think. Wouldn't Sora be better for that? fumbled. I had this whole poetry thing going on where he was like, but at the same time, my heart wrenches the possibility of Sayori being better for the task. But I'm still designing. She stops herself and lowers her voice a bit as to not get the attention of Natsuki and Yuri. The posters. I decided not to press either of them just yet. In that case, I'd be glad. Smile at Monica, look on Sayori's face from earlier remains. Let's give us a bit more time to talk. Monica beams at me. Promise it won't be too long. Honestly, I'd love to spend as much time as I can with her. Man's head over heels. I also get that feeling. Monica then turns her attention to Sayori. Come on, watching the club whilst we're gone, right? Well, I am the vice president after all. Sayori teases playfully before plopping herself in the front desk. With that, Monica lets Natsuki and Yuri know that the pair of us will be back in a bit before we make our way to the corridor. Once outside, I notice Monica looking back at the club with a not-so-subtle smile on her face. It's just so relaxing in there. Can't help but smile, too. It is. Guessing that's part of the reason you started it in the first place? Monica turns to me. Honestly, yeah. Most of the other clubs were mostly arguing over publicity, the budget, and the festival. Not too much of the drama. She chuckles as she looks back internally. Like, in the second year, you must have been part of every major club there was. If I remember right, weren't you in the debate club at the start of this year? Monica laughs as we continue walking down the hall. Oh god, don't get me started on the debate club. Worst mistake of my life. Worst mistake of your life so far. Shut up. Oh, I don't miss this staircase from Snafu. I still have to finish that. I don't think I will for a while. But if I get back into DDLC modding, I'll be sure to, because that's still one of my favorite mods right now. As we get further, the conversation only grows. It's not too long till Monica's letting me know most of the bigger clubs aren't all that they were cracked up to be. Eventually, we end up talking about the literature club once again. I'd rather take something I personally enjoy, make something special out of it. Her enthusiasm is just about as contagious as her smile. In that case, I'm surprised more people haven't joined yet. It's true though. I mean, I know a literature club doesn't sound too exciting, but for me it's only fair to judge a club by its members, and at least from what I can tell, everyone else in the club seems really nice and close to each other. Monica speaks again. Well, it makes events like the festival more important. Hopefully we can all grow as a club before we graduate. Thought pops into my head. So after that, would Natsuki become president or something? Monica giggles. Oh no. Natsuki's in the same year as the rest of us. Oh, my bad. Oh, don't apologize. She gets that all the time. We can walk in until we reach the door at the art department. It's a section of the school I've not visited since the first year. To be honest, I was never really any good at art in the traditional sense. Be more creative with computers and music software, so I dropped out of it at the start of the second year. I noticed Monica peeking through the door, presumably checking if there's a club going on or something. We're clear. I feel like I know what this room is about to look like. Monica calls over as she opens the door and I quickly follow her inside. I called it. Yeah, no, I've still been through this so far. Vaguely. Monica's already made her way to the supplies closet and has started searching. I, on the other hand, just idly stand there whilst taking the occasional glance at her. Oh my god. I can't talk. Eventually she breaks the silence. Hey, could you hold this for a sec? She holds out a small pile of cardstock. Take it, and she thanks it with the same sweet smile she's always had. In a way, I'm glad we're doing this out of normal school hours. God only knows what kind of rumors that would spring up if anyone else in the class saw us alone in the classroom. Admittedly, the thought of us making out in a barren classroom feels tame. Tane is normal. Don't worry about him. He's fine. Monica's curious tone snaps me out of my little daydream. You okay? Yeah, just spaced out a bit. I stare as I try to cover my back. Luckily, she seems to buy it. No worries. She giggles as she steps out of the closet and shuts the door behind her. Happens to the best of us. Can't imagine you doing it. I chuckle. Well, she traces the end of a desk with her fingers, as if tracing back her thoughts. It's happened to me before. There is no punctuation in this sentence. Hell, when Sarah first came to the club, she caught me napping on the front desk. That sounds more like Sayori than you, Monica. Said to tease her a bit. Confident only gets you so far, you know. Yeah, she's right about that. Honestly, outside of the club, Monica seems really genuine and down to earth. But I wonder if anyone else has this side of her. I mean, I'm guessing that everyone else in the club has, and her other friends have seen it. The girl down here, ready to head back? Yeah. Sorry, that's probably cut off by the recording. Or part of our sprite. I'm sure I've still got everything she's handed me with, and we start making our way back upstairs. Why didn't we just use an elevator is beyond me, but I'm not complaining about spending more time with Monica. When we start to reach the club room, I decide not to ask about the track we listened to before club started. So, what did you think about the track from earlier? I liked it. I sweet mine. The only problem with it is that it's too short. Both laugh about it a bit. I found myself blushing again. It's nothing really. Besides, knowing you, you're probably better at music than I am. I did practice piano a bit, but I wasn't any good at it. I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that too, Tane. We soon make our way back to the club room. Upon entering, not as much has changed. You're still focused on her novel, while Sarah and Natsuki are chatting near the windowsill. How long have I been recording? Hello, OBS. 35 minutes. You're still focused on her novel, while Sarah and Natsuki are chatting near the windowsill. Sarah then notices us both and practically skips towards us. You get everything you needed? Both Monica and I nod. Yep, honestly, Tina's a real help. I give her a smirk. It's no problem, really. Elsie then pipes up as Sarah collects everything and takes it to the front. What took you two so long? You making out? So I'd love for that to have happened. Just stop, Chief! Head over heels. I can't help but be a little taken aback by how sincere she sounded. I glance at Monica as we both share a blush. But the more I look at her, the more I see a faint smile being delicately painted across her face. Maybe deep down she wanted that to have been a reality? Elsie then focuses on me. Honestly, Tane, I thought you'd be a pump and go kind of guy, but color me impressed. She caps that off with an insanely cheeky smile. Pump and go kind of guy? What? Oh! This was an even deeper shade of red, one that made my nerdy brain can only describe as almost cacodemon? I don't get it. I'm not nerdy enough for this. My eyes widen as well. No, Natsuki, By the time I gather myself, Natsuki's already gotten close to me and brings herself up to my ear. Well, is this as close as someone as short as her can get? Oh, it's obvious you've thought about it. I go to deny it, though thankfully I don't need to, as Natsuki's already trotted off safely back under the windowsill. He looks over at her and sighs. Please show some decency, Natsuki. It's only teasing. Natsuki's voice whines as Yuri shakes her head. I can't deny that it was at least kind of funny. I don't have much time to settle down before Monica announces to the club. Okay, everyone, it's time to share poems. That Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly get their poems out of their bags, so do I. As do I. Yuri pulls hers out of her pocket. Typical Yuri. Monica then walks over to me. Remember to write a poem last night? I did, yeah. I grumble. It's kind of the first thing I did when I got back. It's probably not any good. Monica then pats my shoulder. Don't worry, I'm not really good at this either. You sound pretty confident as for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident, so I don't always feel that way, you know? A faint blush then overcomes her cheeks. Besides, I'm just looking forward to seeing you express yourself. The way she smiles at me, combined with how she said that last part, sends a rather pleasant feeling down my stomach. Can't describe it too well, it feels really sweet. You too, Monica. She strides back to the front desk to get her notebook. Still feeling a tinge of awkwardness about the whole scenario I've thrown myself into, I gotta share my poem with Sarah. Oh, she knows me better than anyone this club does. Mind to go over and sit in front of her. Hey, Sarah. Sarah smiles cheerily. Oh, hey, Tane. You ready to share your poem? I guess. So again, I found myself mumbling. God, this is embarrassing. Lower my head to the desk only for Sarah to do the same, lowering her voice as well. About the poem? What Natsuki said about you and Monica. About the poems! Respond quickly, keep my voice low enough to not catch anyone else's attention. Afterwards, I place my head on the desk only for Sarah to pat the back of my noggin. I believe you, don't worry. I look up at her and smirk, signing my poem over to her. She flashes me a quick smile before starting to read my poem. At times she finishes reading, looking quite proud. It's a really good poem, it's got some nice feelings in it. I chuckle with another smirk. You're just saying that. No, I'm not. I mean it. She sounds sincere. Sorry, I had to adjust my position. Thanks, Suri. I'm surely not as good as she's making out. Can't deny that it feels nice, though. Anyway, could I read your poem? Go for it. Suri beams. Her poem at the table and began to read it. It's titled Dear Sunshine. Seems just like something you can imagine Sarah writing. More melancholic connotations to the words aren't lost to me either, however. Last night I just found myself. I want breakfast. Glance up at her. It's pretty good. Did you say it's a pretty good? It's a pretty good. I like that. But did you write it this morning? Yeah. She seems genuinely confused. In response, I turn the paper in her direction so she can read it and point to the line. I scan the paper till I finally meet my finger. She blushes a little. I don't remember writing that. I give her a reassuring smile. Come on, it's okay. She smiles back as I continue. Besides, that's a writing style. It reminds me of a book. Like, I can clearly see her smiling, but it's like it's a book. And I kind of like that. It's a guilty pleasure. I don't like it in DDLC as much as I'd like it in an actual genuine novel, but it applies, so I'll take it. Besides, if you think about it, it still works. Sora cocks her head a little to the side. The way I'm thinking about it is that the subject of the poem is probably just waking up like they would any other day. Maybe the whole "I want breakfast" thing could be seen as them getting out of bed. She's nodding as if thinking it over. That actually kind of makes sense. Sounding a bit like Monica. I found myself blushing slightly. Nah, you're just saying that. Chuckle nervously. Bruh, I accidentally pressed the spacebar. A part of me hoping that Monica didn't hear what she said. So he simply shakes her head, her grin never leaving her face. Anyways, I'm gonna share with Natsuki now. In a bit. Head back at Zero, she starts chatting with Natsuki. Look back to Monica, notice she's just finishing up with Yuri. Monica seemed quite eager to see my poem really, so it only makes sense that I would share with her next. Well, and I get up and walk over. I give her a short wave and smile. Hey. Her hesitant mind as she smiles sweetly at me. Hey Tane, you having a good time so far? I am, yeah. Take a seat right in front of Monica. I'm glad. Just to ignore the fact that I've not really spent too much time inside the club room today, having spent the majority of my time here with her. But in all fairness, I'd be lying if I didn't say I was enjoying myself. Also, since you're new and everything, if you could ever have any ideas of other activities we could do, or what we could do better, don't be afraid to let me know. Don't worry, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'm gonna be afraid to let her know. Besides, what experience do I have at organizing clubs? Better off just trusting Monica's judgment on things. Anyways, I guess I gotta show you my poem. I timidly slide the sheet over to her. Yep. I've actually been looking forward to it. To everyone's poems, or just mine? She picks up the sheet and begins to read it with an intent expression. Minutes pass. More than enough time for her to finish reading the poem. Mine keeps telling me she hates it, but she eventually places the paper down and looks quite astonished. Are you sure this is your first time writing poetry? Yeah. I feel a bead of sweat trickle down my forehead. Your guide is slipping, Tane. Don't tell her that you've been in 4 parallel universes before. Is it that bad? No. Monica's tone shifts to a more apologetic one. I didn't mean it like that. Cheeks redden a bit. I just meant that it's pretty good. Sir saying that is one thing, but Monica though? Nah, you can't be serious. No, I am. She smiles sweetly at me, causing me to smile back as well. In a way, the language kind of reminds me of my own poems. It does. I'm surprised at that comment. My writing's never been that great, even with my improving over the years. There's no way in hell that it could seriously compare to her work though, right? She nods, sliding her notebook over to me, signaling me to read it. I focus in on the page. The poem seems to tell the story of a person doing all they can to preserve the way that people think about them, no matter the strain. It's quite solemn yet hopeful at the same time. In the end, there's the suggestion that one day they won't need to keep appearances up. I read it through a second time before looking back at Monica, completely taken aback. I knew she'd be good at this. This is something else. That was really great. Is that all you can say, Tane? Monica smirks. Glad you liked it. Nah, you still got the W. As I handed her book back, a thought crosses my mind. Kinda curious though, what was on her mind when you wrote this? Monica stops, silently mulling over what to say next. She takes a deep breath. So that over the years, I've noticed some people have a habit of keeping up appearances just because people see them a certain way. That's a little deeper than I'd expected. You kinda just described it though. Like, Tane got the W as far as the meaning of the poem goes. I don't see what he's surprised about. Those also remind me of certain people I've seen, we'll say high schoolers. Go on. Like, I wouldn't say I'm the best at reading people, but oh my god, I'm so sorry. But I at least think people like that may hate being held to such high standards. She goes on, sounding like an expert. And again, she's been around so many people over the years, I've known her so well for that may be the case. Take a sigh as I collect my thoughts. Honestly, that's partially what I thought it was about. Monica gives me a knowing smile. Maybe we're more alike than you thought? I seriously doubt that. All because we thought the same once doesn't mean much, right? She remembers the discussions back in class back then. The girl's mind is far better than mine if that's the case. I decided to humor her. Maybe we are, maybe we aren't. We share a short laugh between us. It's also something that takes me back fondly. She was the only person that made last year's English class bearable to get through. That's why I always gravitated towards her for group work. Either that, or it's because she was probably the one person in that class that didn't put up with my sorry ass. Or that did put up. Maybe it's a bit of both. I don't fucking know. Well, that's in the past. I need to focus on now. Monika's the first to talk after a short laugh. I was kind of worried you wouldn't take this seriously, but you surprised me. I feel my face redden a bit. Hey, it's nothing. Just to be part of this club, after all. I'm glad you are. Thanks, Monika. My stammering side takes center stage once again. Damn nerves. Thanks for sharing. I got up my seat to figure out who to share with next. Since Sarah and Nazi still seem to be in deep discussion, whether about the poem or something else is anyone's guess, I decided to share with Yuri. Now with one final sigh, that's everyone shared. What? Okay. I had a feeling today would be a bit more stressful than before because of the poems, and I was partially right about that. Sure, Monika and Sarah were easy to deal with, but sharing with Nazi and Yuri was a little more tense than I would have liked. No worries though. I'm sure I'll be able to improve. They seem quite willing to help me with that. Eager almost. As I'm sitting back, I could see Sarah and Monika having a chat. I think they just finished sharing. Nazi and Yuri, on the other hand, seem to be trying to find the right words to say to each other. I honestly Nazi slide Yuri's poem back over to her in a rather dismissive fashion. I guess you could say it's fancy. Oh boy. Yuri smiles sadly in response. Thanks. Sam returns Nazi's poem back to her. Yours is cute. Both responses are rather drab. Oh, they do seem to generalize each other's work a bit. Nazi stands up, seeming quite irritated by Yuri's comment. Cute? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. Yuri visibly panics. It's obvious she's not used to being put on the spot like this. I just meant the language, I guess? I was trying to say something nice. Oh yeah? It didn't come out nice at all. Nazi crosses her arms as she scoffs. Tense moment of silence follows. Monika and Sarah turn around in preparation for whatever may happen next. This is clearly not their first time. Yuri breaks the silence as quickly as they cut over the room. Well, I do have some suggestions. If I wanted suggestions, I'd ask someone who actually liked it. Behold, the YouTube comment section. Which people did, by the way. Sora liked it, and so did Tane. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, it's a sharp contract to Nazi. Yuri's softly calculated mannerisms are enough to silence her. I spent a long time refining my writing style, and unless I come across something new that inspires me, I don't see it changing. Nazi's face adopts into a clear irritance. And Tane liked my poem too. He even told me he was impressed by it. To be honest, I was impressed by both your poems. That's actually kind of true. The pair fell silent for a brief moment before Nazi cracks a smug smile, as she's cracked the Enigma code or something. I know you're so invested in trying to impress Tane, Yuri. What? His expression changes from one of flustered bewilderment. I look back at Sarah and Monika, who just seem confused by Nazi's sudden comment. I'm on the same page as them. I turn back to Yuri and Nazi and Yuri with a sigh. I guess it's up to me to put a stop to this before it escalates. Listen, girls. The pair of them look at me with expectant eyes. It's true that both of your poems impressed me. I can't deny that. Is that any reason to take shots at each other? Give them a brief period of time to think about what I will let you think this over in your rooms. I give them a brief period of time to think about what I said over before continuing. Like seriously, both of you are able to convey the messages you want to send and how many words you like. It doesn't matter which words you use, your message is still valid. More silence follows. Just wondering where the fuck this confidence came from. I look back, feeling unsure of my attempt to disarm the possible argument. Well, Sarah and Monika narrated vigorously. Monika herself especially looking fairly surprised. To her credit, she always knew me as the guy who was too nervous to speak up in class. You're right. I'm terribly sorry for disrespecting your work, Natsuki. Natsuki, however, looks like she still might have some fight left in her. Or could she could throw anything else, Monika steps in, and the look on her face is stern, her voice is soft and calm. Natsuki, Yuri apologized. Think you should too? Natsuki simply looks away at the rest of the group, completely unsure of what to say. Soon enough, though, she turns to face Yuri. Look, Yuri, I'm sorry too. The pair make up. I go to Sarah and breathe a sigh of relief. Didn't know you had that in you. Sarah, of course, seems quite impressed with me. Seriously, thanks for stepping in there. Monika then sighs and lowers her voice. Can't even manage my own club members. Sometimes than I am, huh? Yeah, don't beat yourself up, okay? I think everyone's just a little on the edge today. It's only after I finished talking that I realized I placed my hand on Monika's shoulder. Imagine this scene from Into the Spider-Verse. His hand is on her shoulder. Hey. I quickly retract it. Sorry. No, you're alright. It's only when she says that I spot a faint... It's only when she says that I spawn a faint blush creep its way on Monika's cheeks. Okay, everyone, it's time to wrap up for today. Once again, Monika's voice fills the room, her confidence herself seemingly returning. How did everyone feel about sharing poems? I think it went great. Better than I thought it would. It went okay. Well, mostly. Lassie flashes Yuri an awkward glance. Yuri doesn't seem to notice it, though. Monika then turns her attention to me. How about you, Tane? I'd say it went pretty well. Monika smiles optimistically. In that case, how about we do the same for tomorrow? Winning 4 of us agree in unison. To be fair, I doubt I'd get better at this if we just dropped it after one day. Besides, I'm not going to turn down a way to express myself creatively. After some more conversation about today, we all start to pack up. It isn't too long until Sarah and I wave goodbye and depart for the club. Unlike most of our walks home, Sarah is fairly quiet for the most part of it. However, it's clear it's not because of something bothering her, rather. It seems like she's just thinking hard about something. I swear the Oh my god. I swear the inner machinations of her mind must be one of life's greatest mysteries. To think that I once thought there wasn't more to her than unfiltered happiness. Raw, unfiltered happiness, my favorite DM Sokuro song. Oh, how naive I was. Hey, Tane. By the way, I didn't mispronounce his name. It was a mix of Suri and Dokuro, and it failed miserably. If any of you have listened to the Calamity OST at W, I'm actually, after I do DDLC with him, I'm probably going to start 2 playthroughs at once, but Terraria Calamity is one of those, and I'm excited to do that with you all. So he speaks after what feels like forever, although realistically it must have only been a couple of minutes. Mind if I ask you something interesting? I don't even know if that's the right word to use. Yeah, sure. I stop in the pavement and turn my heel to face Sari. Moment passed as she pondered how hard whatever she wants to ask me. So, how do you think Monika feels about you? What? Out of whatever I was expecting her to ask, that certainly wasn't it. Hell, it was kind of surprising that she was so forward with it. Normally she'd just verbally dance around the actual question. Where on earth did that come from? I wouldn't say much, but she did kind of ask me about you this morning. Plus, it's pretty obvious you're into her, Tane. Surely not, right? You were literally earlier, you were like, I am so obvious. Now you're like, surely not. Come on. I remained silent, pondering how to respond. Just gotta play it cool, Tane. You are, aren't you? There's no way I can let her at this point, is there? And again, why would I need or want to do so? She's my best friend. If I can trust anyone with the secret, it'd definitely be her. I am, yeah. I have been for a while. It's the first time I've admitted my crush to anybody else. Anyway, I'm thankful that she's the first person I tell. I'm thankful that the first person I tell is Sari. At the same time, I'm nervous as to what her reaction will be. Sari hasn't said anything in response, opting to instead motion for me to continue talking. Oh! Oh, hold on. Did Tane come out with this beat? I respect it. Might as well let this all out. No, I go. I think it started when second year started. Even though we only had 1 class together, we got on really well. Like, you remember how I was still quite nervous to talk to... Oh my god, and then you stop it. Okay, fine. Still quite nervous to talk to anyone but you for the longest time. Sorry, nods, listening intently as if to ensure she wasn't missing a word. Well, Monika started talking to me first, and I didn't feel like I had to hide myself. I could be myself around her, but she'd never judge me for it. I fall silent. Dead silence. Song's over. Congratulations. Song, quote unquote. I'm just joking around. I obviously can't sing, as you may have just heard. My brain is screaming at me to stop, but I don't care. I need to get this out. I can do this. Just being around her made class a little bit more bearable. God, this goes hard. I don't know if she chose to be around me or what. It just felt nice. But I knew I'd never have a shot in hell with her. Especially after Yuki, right? Huh? Development. Character development. Yeah. Ah yes. Yuki Sakamoto. Really broke my heart and left the biggest dent in my confidence. She'd been dared to go out with the weird kid, that being me. When I later found out that she'd been cheating on me and confronted her about it, she just laughed. I still remember what she said. Oh, did anyone love you? She's been gone for a while now. Ugh. Still doesn't change what she did. Tane, I promise you, Monika's not like that at all. What if she's not, Tane? There's people out there who would love you. You trust me, right? Of course I do, my voice chills up. Monika's really sweet. You have my word on that. From what I can tell, she seems really comfortable around you. Not to mention, quite easy to fluster. Quiet, easy to fluster. Yes, of course. She's just kind of like quiet in the corner. Yeah, Natsu proved that to be true for both of us. I get the strange feeling that I'm never gonna live that down. After a bit more walking, talking, and a lengthy hug from Sayori, we eventually make it back to the familiar view of our street. Hey, we're going out for dinner tonight. You wanna come too? Sayori's parents have always treated me like one of their own. Again, our parents get along quite well too. I'd love to, but I gotta get some media studies essay. I gotta get my media studies essay finished. If I don't, Honda's gonna go nuclear on my ass. Just ever wonder why I chose that class to begin with. Note past me. Media studies may sound cool, but maybe with another teacher. It's okay, it's always next time. True. Anyway, but better not hold yourself up any longer. Have a good evening, Sayo. You too. Just before Sayori gets back inside, I turn around and call out to her. Hey, Sayori! About what I told you. Can we keep it between us? Of course we can. Secret is safe with me. And with that, I return home. Shut the door behind me and rest my back against it. If I ever needed any confirmation as to why I stayed friends with Sayori, today was it. Sure, I joke about her being an airhead sometimes. She can be truly sincere when the situation calls out for it. I can't tell if she only knows the right things to say because we've known each other for so long, or she's naturally good with people. Thanks to her, it's like a massive weight's been lifted on my chest. I'd give a little bit of both, Tane. So is Chad. Now it's just building up the confidence to talk with Mutt. Baby steps, Tane. Baby steps. After realizing that I can't work on my assignment in an empty stomach, I head to the kitchen. Quickly make up a sandwich, grab some other assorted snacks, and an energy drink. Is it the healthiest drink in the world? Fuck no. But it's not failed me once. It's me with my mango juice. Sit myself down at my desk and get started. That Goya, it's good. Shouldn't take too long, should it? 2 hours later. I have no fucking idea what to write. Oh. I don't like that audio. I open my eyes slowly. Look back at the laptop screen, which is currently the only light in this room. I've reached the word count already. Fuck it. Quickly render it and submit it as an online portal. I get that. At least it's done now. And it's good or not doesn't have to bother me. It's just done. Glance down at the screen's digital clock. 7:02 p.m. Internally cursing myself, I try to rush to get something down for tomorrow's problem. I guess in my head, it's 10:25, Tane. You'll be fine. Just be like me. Have a terrible sleep schedule. Just been on a lunch break on the roof tomorrow. I should be able to get something down. So is clubs after lunch for you? That's uncanny. I've always kind of imagined club time is after school, which makes sense. But like, our club time in my school is specifically on only Wednesdays for some reason. Like, right after first block. So everybody's just tired. That way I should be able to get something down. Oh. Alright, my guy's got a fire ringtone. As I'm getting changed for bed, my phone goes off. Don't even check who it is as I answer. Chances are it's Sayori. Not sure when they call it this late. Hello? Hey Tane, it's me. Recognize that voice anywhere. Ryuji? Who are these guys? Dude, it's just gone 7. I know, I just got that done. Date with Kaho? You know it. According to Ryuji, he and Kaho have been together since mid-junior high. They stayed together this long is truly mind-boggling. Is this his online friend? I get that. I was just in a call with them before going here, but then my online friend had to go be normal and eat dinner. A shame. I mentioned having a normal social life. Could be me, actually. I'm having a pretty big Thanksgiving soon. How they stayed together this long is truly mind-boggling. Jeez, man, you two are going to be married in no time. Bloody hope so. How about you? How have you been? Oh, you know me. Same old shit. I was about to get a massive weight off my chest, though. Finally asked Sayori out. No! Dude, she's like a sister to me. My face reddened profusely. No, I'm only kidding. A moment of silence between us. That just isn't why you called me, though, is it? Nah, I was just wondering if you want to do some deathmatch real quick. Oh, I love that, actually. I really do. It adds a sense of realism to the story. As a writer, this makes me happy. Be prepared for me to comment on, like, everything this mod does. I contemplate telling him I gotta get some sleep. With Honda's assignment done, I guess I'll blow off some steam. Doom or Quake? Quake. Okay. House of Chthon? It's quad damage with your name on it. Oh boy. Average roguelike experience. Digital sounds of rocket launchers, virtual giblets flying, and mine and Ryuji's competitive banter dominate over the next few hours. Jacob needs to know. Oh my god! Okay, you know what? I think it'd be funny if I... So remember when I said I already played this mod? December 3rd, 2021. At like a little bit after midnight. Just in case, I'll double save. But yeah, no, that is the original playthrough I did. And I did not make it this far. So I'm glad I could do that. But so far, this seems like a real blast so far. I've heard weird stuff, weird, wacky shenanigans happen with this mod, so, I've heard mixed reviews about it. I'll see it myself. I'm the writer, dude. I'll probably hate it if that's the case, or maybe I'll like it. Maybe everybody's just complaining about the art. Certainly not the music. That is amazing. See, because actually, I've been debating making my own DDLC project, which I'd be really happy to start, but, yeah, it's a bit difficult to do. Especially just creating a DDLC project. It's not easy. So I kind of want to learn RenPy so I can code the mod myself. But at the same time, I know a couple coders who are really swag. So I might get them on it, but I need to pay them money. I mean, one of them doesn't need money, but I'd like to pay them anyways. So they actually like have a reason to keep going. Today we're going to find a reason to keep working on Neon Never Lights. Yeah, I think it'd be really cool to start that mod. It's totally out of left field. No one would expect it. It's not like this, I'll tell you what. It's not DDLC, but Monica likes you. It's more like DDLC, but you're in the year 2139. Quite goofy indeed, but I'd be super hyped to start it. Yeah, if you enjoyed this, make sure to like and subscribe. YouTube is holding me at gunpoint, forcing me to say these things. Please, I beg of you. My life is at the risk right now. Please, do it. Yeah, no. I'd be willing to record more with him in the future. I'm glad to be back to DLC. Nice way to ease back into my channel. And after this, I have Calamity and an Undertale mod that I think you guys might take good interest in. And yeah, thanks. I hope your day was better than mine. If my day was great. Thanks, good night, and you'll hear from me tomorrow.